Hello and welcome everyone, Lionheart here with another battle replay from Medieval 2 Total War. Thank you once again for all of you sending in replays. Feel free to keep them coming on in. If you want to skip this first bit, then there will be a timestamp down in the description and the comment section to allow you to skip forward to when the battle actually begins. We'll take the first sort of 5 minutes or so, just go through the players and their various units that they have arrayed this time. But as I said, you'll also find in the description a video showing you how to send in your battle replays. So feel free to keep sending them from any Total War, modded, unmodded. Just be sure to tell me in the email, you know, what mods you're using. You know, if it's an obscure mod, feel free to link to a download link as well. But I'd really like to cover some Attila and Rome 2 replays. So if you've got any cool multiplayer battles from Rome 2 or Attila, and then feel free to send them in. Again, a reminder though, if you want to send in replays from mods like Ancient Empires or Medieval 1212, you do need to, when you start the battle, hit start deployment and then hit start battle straight away. Do not click any of your units and start forming them up into positions. Otherwise, if you do, then the replay, when you save it at the end, will not actually load, it will just crash. So please, if you want to send in Medieval 1212 stuff and Ancient Empires, both of which are very great mods, and I would love to do some battle casting for that as well, some replay casting. Just remember, when you enter into the battle, make sure none of the players touch any of the units, select any of the unit cards, move any units, deploy them anyway. Just hit start battle and then we'll start deployment and then start battle straight away. Anyway, we have Portugal here with Dobby is a free elf. The house elf returns as Portugal, and his teammate today, playing as Scotland, is TG Nos Scotland. There we go. Probably no surprise, or sorry, TG Nos Scottish rather, not Scotland. He is playing as Scotland. Scottish playing as Scotland. That makes perfect sense. He's got a really nice. I don't know if can he climb up this hill. If he can, oh, fun times to have there. I'm feeling rather jolly today. It's probably because it's December 1st. So, I am wearing a Christmas jumper. And I have no regrets, guys. No regrets. No regrets whatsoever. So, facing Scottish is Emilian, 22, playing as the Mongols. Interesting. They're flanked by this, I guess, abbey complex on the left side. Monastery or something like that. The Mongols, will go through all the units in a moment. But facing Dobby, we're playing as Portugal with his favoured conquistadors, we have Milan with Mayoken. Cool. They always bring the Carrocchio standard, rather. What does that do? Does it boost morale? I think it boosts morale, right? And what does anyone know what this map is called? Because I quite like it. I want to call it like Crossroads in a forest with hills. Anyway, let's before these guys move any further, let's whack up the old pause there and just go through Dobby's units, which are kind of hidden in these trees right now. Where he's got the conquistadors mounted back here, Knights of Santiago, 2 of those units on the left and 2 more on the right. In front of those we have dismounted feudal knights, peasant crossbows, and dismounted conquistadors. The conquistadors return for Dobby today. Hopefully his ally will be a little bit more active this time. So we have, through the back, Aventuros, dismounted feudal knights. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 units of dismounted conquistadors. I think there's 2 units of dismounted feudal knights over on the right with Aventuros over there, which are pikes. Same over here. I don't know if there's 2. I can't see in the trees. Dismounted feudal knights there. I think there's only 1 on the left flank. Peasant crossbowmen mixed in there as well. Oh no, there are 2 units of dismounted feudal knights. So 2 dismounted feudal knights on each flank. Peasant crossbows in there. And musketeers along his front line. Very colourful pantaloons. Good. Okay, it's going to be interesting to see how Dobby uses those. Let's fly over to Scottish. Take a look at his troops. We have the fearsome noble swordsman at the back. There's 2 units of those. In the front, we have the Noble Highland Archers, of course. A staple choice for Scotland in Medieval 2. 4 of those, 5 of those across the front. Noble Pikes. I'm seeing 5 units just over on the right already. Maybe even 6? 5 or 6 of those. Noble Swordsman for infantry. Knights Hospitaller as cavalry. And there's 2 of those units. I imagine the General's Bodyguard is in with that. And that is Scotland. So let's go take a look at the Mongols. Across this front line, we've got dismounted heavy lancers filling up those front ranks, and to the sides, well, they're taking up a defensive sort of position. Dismounted lancers all across the front, acting as their spears, although these guys are just regular spear militia. Behind those, Mongol infantry. 3 of those units back there. Behind that, Mongol heavy lancers, Khan's Guard, Mongol light lancers, Mongol heavy archers, dismounted heavy lancers, and what's this? A rocket launcher. It's going to be fun. And Mongol heavy horse archers over there, heavy archers. Let's go take a look at Milan, and then the battle can begin. So Milan, Genoese crossbows. 6, 7 of those across the front. Very nice. It's, again, their staple troop for their missiles at the front. Then for infantry, we have 4 units of dismounted feudal knights, and then we have 4 units of dismounted broken lances. I'm hoping they didn't bring their broken lances with them yet. I know they've got swords. Broken lance would not be very useful. And then over on the right, we have 3 units of Knights Templar. Now, I'm actually going to start this battle by swinging on over to see the Mongols. I want to see if those rockets fire. So let's hit play. Let's whack things up to 1x speed and see what occurs. Come on, Mongols, don't let me down. Not firing yet. Okay, let's take a look at what's going on. Scotland is moving around this mountain. I'm guessing then they can't climb up there, perhaps? I mean, I would assume as well, because they've got the rocket launchers, you know, Scottish doesn't feel he can just sit up here. He would just be shelled by the rocket, so he's moving on around. He's actually, is he trying to get around the back of the abbey? The monastery here? Or was he just trying to spread out in a flat line there? Interesting. Let's fly on over to see how Dobby as Portugal versus Mayokan as Milan is doing. Okay, all the crossbows just rushed forward there, supporting with the infantry. No spears, though, to be found. So if these guys are charged by cavalry, it's going to be some trouble. And if Dobby as a free elf can get rid of the Knights Templar over on the right flank here, then he might be in luck. It's just then chipping away at all those melee troops. These guys moving on up. Like Santiago. And Dobby's now pushing forward with his dismounted feudal knights. Briefly fly over to see what's going on over here. Okay, Scotland has arrayed itself in this gap. Interesting. And the Mongols just shifting on round. But I think we're going to have a clash between Portugal and Milan very soon. Oh, and Dobby is not wasting any time. Down he comes, charging down towards the crossbows, trying to break them to stop them being effective at missile range. And he's just going on in. We've seen the dismounted conquistadors shred through infantry before, so can he do the same thing again today? He's pushing up with his aventuros as well, getting them ready. Oh no, they won't be able to get their pikes down. They're going in there. Nice Santiago, or no, dismounted conquistadors and Nice Santiago charging in against the Knights Templar. It's all kicking off over here. It's all kicking off. Absolutely crazy. Dobby's gone ham in over here. And he did have that charge down the hill, so it looks like he's managed to catch a few of the Milan infantry off guard. And he's coming in for the charge of the Knights Santiago. All the cavalry was deployed on the right by Mayokan as Milan. And in they come crashing into the back of those crossbows. That is not going to be fun. Well, again, let's just quickly jump over and see how Scotland and the Mongols are doing, because I reckon it's going to be the remnants of one force that's going to unite the other. No, they are just, I guess, looking to try and skirmish each other out. Not much happening over here. We'll focus on Dobby and Mayokan as Milan.
We are blessed. The enemy general is dead.
There we go.
The idiot to hell.
Enemy general is down. That's Mayokan's general gone. Looks like it's pretty even with the cavalry over here, although charging down the hill against his Templars, they are going to be at a disadvantage. And Dobby is just free to unleash charge after charge into the rear of the Milanese forces here. The rest of his infantry just pinning them nicely. Things do not look good for Milan. Continue to clash there, but Milan's forces are just melting away. Dobby once again showing the very effective play.
The enemy are badly blooded.
And just swooping on in. Conquistadors, cavalry charges. I mean, it's ultimately, you know, simple tactics, but it works. He managed to pin the attention of Mayoken at the front and flank on in. Mayoken overcommitted all of his cavalry on one flank, which Dobby is dealing with. And now Mayoken has paid the ultimate price for the army disintegrating into nothing. That charge just down that hill. I'm surprised Mayoken moved so far forward with the crossbows. I mean, I guess using it to shield from their far. I just remembered, actually, Dobby has all these musketeers, which he's not really got a chance to use. But I would say it is bye-bye Mayoken over here. He's charging on into their Carocchio standard. His crossbow, they are gone. Let's go over to Scotland and the Mongols and see if anything's happening over here. Oh, yes, rockets! Rockets are being unleashed into the noble pikes. Flaming shot as the Mongol troops charge across towards the Scottish pike line. Let's see this charge. Wrecked, mate. They've broken. Flaming shot as well to cover it. And now, with the pikes pinning them, in comes the countercharge with the noble swordsman. But some dismounted heavy lancers have managed to flank on round. I'm surprised the Mongols didn't bring more cavalry, to be perfectly honest. That's why, well, I would imagine that Scottish brought so many pikes to hold them off. Charging in with dismounted heavy lancers. But countered with the noble swordsman. In they go. Got lots of infantry packed on this right flank. Can they fire more rockets? That is the question. Because that looked like it was doing some damage early on. Meanwhile, Dobby is flying on over to help take out the Mongols. Mayoken, though, isn't totally out of it. He's got a teeny tiny amount of crossbows and broken lances. Units coming back, but the conquistadors are coming on in for the charge. Wrecked, mate. But yeah, it's really kicking off between the Mongols and Scotland right now. That right flank, massive infantry charging forward, but getting countercharged by the Mongol heavy lancers and the Khan's Guard, and breaking the noble swordsman on the right flank.
Praise the day before sunset, but our men are winning the battle.
Yep, they are winning the infantry battle, but the cavalry did just cause some trouble there. Oh, charging in against those pikes. What's going on over here? Oh, whoa, 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 whoa. The cavalry has just... Ah, the dismounted lancers got in. Scottish wasn't watching his cavalry over here, and they've just got wrecked. Nice Spitaler. Okay, GG by a million. Good move. Noble swordsman now charging in though to try and make up for that, and the Mongol infantry just being broken. In comes Dobby. He's going to swoop on in, cast the Mongol units aside at the rear, left open with the commitment of troops by a million to the left flank with cavalry. Dobby slamming on in there. His battle lines reforming. Dobby hungry for more blood. This is a very vengeful house elf here. He is out for blood. Mongols having some luck though on the left flank, where Scottish is having to pull his noble pikes back. Khan's Guard slamming on in.
Only half the enemy force remains.
Only half the enemy force remain. Oh, but here we go. Mongol heavy lancers coming on into the rear of the Knight Santiago. That could be trouble for Dobby. In come more Mongol light lancers as well. Stopped a little bit short, but they're looking like they're doing a lot of damage to those Knights of Santiago. But he just doesn't have enough cavalry. And in go Dobby's conquistadors, using his own cavalry just as bait to draw the Mongol forces in, and then slamming on in with his own infantry, spears, cav. Scotland reforming its line, pushing back forward. There is still a clash going on between the dismounted heavy lancers and the noble Highland archers, which have been caught out. This unit's actually done like the best, taking out the Hospitaller from Scotland, but Moken getting absolutely wrecked by Dobby there.
The battle is in our... Lord protect us. Our general lies slain.
Dobby has died. Dobby is down. Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. Well done to those Mongol spears. At least they got they got some kind of I guess commiseration prize there. Mongol troops though fleeing the battlefield, Khan's Guard broken, and that is going to swing it completely over to the united forces of Dobby and Scottish, although Dobby is dead somewhere. So we'll never see another replay from Dobby. Dobby be dead. Poor Dobby. Scottish just chasing these poor Mongol infantry off into the hills. They're not coming back. There's still a few of them holding at the back here, going after these archers, but it's just a matter of time. Dobby's Knights of Santiago charging on down into the back of these spears. It's gonna hurt in the morning.
The enemy flees the battle. Run down those worthless peasants.
And Dobby certainly be running down those worthless peasants. More forces piling on in, but it is a wreckage by Dobby and Scottish. Don't think there's anything left of anyone. What's over here? We've got Dobby's conquistadors. They were just chasing these broken Milanese forces down. So yeah, guys, get sending in medieval replays for me, medieval 2 replays.
Slain the Saracen general. Now we must send his men running back to the desert.
Beautiful. Are you as savage as Dobby, the free elf? You got some epic medieval 2 battle replays? Send them on in. For medieval 2 replays, you can find them in your Steam install, common, app data, app data, then common, Steam apps, medieval 2 Total War, and then there'll just be a replays folder. If you saved any replays, that's where they'll be. So feel free to send them on in. Oh yeah, the Mongols are back with Mongol infantry, which double. Oh yeah, they're kind of hybrid, aren't they? They're reasonably good in melee and also missile units, I think. Anyway. Oh, they're shaking though. They're wavering. I'm surprised they're lasting this long. Oh, the lone Knight of Santiago. Absolute frenzy, though. I mean, that charge from Dobby was just brutal early on. I don't think Moken just had any opportunity to really react and do anything, so that's why he was just able to punch through so heavily. Went for the missile superiority to try and break heavily armoured troops. It just did not work. Would have held the cavalry back and not committed. It's a clear victory for Dobby as a free elf, and Scottish versus Emilian and Moken. See who got the most casualties inflicted. I'm seeing 160 there. Nice Santiago. Makes sense. Yeah, easy. Easy for old Dobbs there. Well, guys, that's where I'm going to wrap up this video. If you do, as I said, have your battle replays from any Total War game, please do send them in. Email them to me, contact@lionheartx10.co.uk. And again, if you can, try and send in some medieval 1212 ones as well. Feel free to do so. I'm going to be doing some scenario battles over the next week or so with some other YouTubers, so hopefully we'll have some cool replays to share from those as well. But until the next one, don't forget to comment, rate, and subscribe. Follow me on Facebook and Twitter. Take pride in joining the Legion. Check out my affiliates and sponsors, XMG, Greenman Gaming, and Overclockers UK. And if you enjoyed the savagery of a house elf today, feel free to leave a like. Until next time, ciao for now.